Hey everybody, I want to quickly do the July Bullhead City Market report for I milk. It looks like it's about 112 out here right now, but it's too dark in my little abode. But anyway, big picture, inventory's up, prices are down. Some national markets are really getting hit hard. Las Vegas, metro area, Florida, Texas, of course. But we're doing a little bit better here in Bullhead. Let me share this national map with you. This map shows you the for sale inventory growth year over year. So California is another one that's getting hit pretty hard. July of last year, they had 57 units available on the market for sale, and this year 77,000, so 20,000 more units. Basically, that's an inventory growth of 36.4%. So obviously these states with the, where you see the dark orangey red color, have the most jump in inventory available for sale year over year. And again, what that is doing is it's pushing those states into more of a buyer's market. More inventory means more choices for the buyers. We're heading there as well. We're actually already there when we consider all home types, including the manufactured homes. But the biggest jump in the Arizona data, or pardon me, the Arizona inventory is in the Phoenix area. Probably doesn't surprise you. But look here for sale units. Arizona shows 29,000 units total for sale. And again, most of those are going to be in the Phoenix area. Probably some in Tucson. But yeah, prices, they have to come down. Let me show you this map. I don't think it's just an issue of interest rates, which thank goodness we did have a little bit of a drop recently, yesterday. But let's check out this data. Home price and affordability. Let's look at in the state of Arizona. Actually, let me dial it in even more. Let's put our own metro here. Our own metro is the Lake Havasu, Kingman, Bullhead City, all the river cities here. Got that. And let's take a look at, here's a handy little chart. It shows you how much properties are overvalued. And this data is telling us that the overvalued percentage is at about 19%. And that is, our home prices far exceeded income levels, which is why you see so many buyers just sitting almost like they've given up the hopes of even buying a property. Fair home value, according to this data, is $295, but the typical price is $352. So that is an overvalued percentage of 19.1%. There's another cool little chart here. Is salary to afford a house. Check that out. Get that put up here. I'm gonna actually just pull it into Bullhead City. Oh, sorry. Do a zip for that one. Oh, shit, this is awful. I like this data. This is, again, salary to afford a house. Salary to afford a house in the 86442 area code is $68,425. That's an average mortgage payment of $1,700 and $1,710 per month. Now, here's what's happening, though. Mortgage payment as a percentage of income is at 43.6%. That's very high. Generally, you want that around 30%. And that's kind of the micro of what's happening at the macro level. It's housing prices are just too expensive. So these corrections are inevitable, and I think actually a good thing in some ways. I know that doesn't make a lot of sellers happy, but the upside to that, to the prices coming down, is when you go to buy again, you're going to be dealing with better rates as a buyer. Um, the phenomenon of the golden handcuffs uh, is a real thing, and part of that is because you can't sell your house and still move into something just as nice because the housing prices are too high. Let's jump out of there and let's look at, this is our local data from a source called RPR. It's always running a month behind. So as of June, again, it's showing we're pushing into that balanced market because of the number of inventory that is on hand. Give me a second, let me flip back over here. Helps if you can see the screen I'm talking about. So this is, sorry, got things popping up everywhere. This is from RPR. This shows our Bullhead City Market data. We are getting pushed into that balanced market, as you see right there. That is because we have close to 5.5 months of inventory available. A balanced market is when you have enough supply that meets the demand, and that number comes in at 5.5 months to 6.5 months. That's considered a balanced market, and that's determined by the number of inventory based on the rate that it's selling. If it continues to sell, if the amount of inventory continues to sell at its current rate, that's called balanced. And this chart is taking into account all home types: single family single family condo, townhouse, apartment. I don't, but that's manufactured homes. It's basically all residential properties. This is a number you want to look at. Inventory is up 3.5% from, in this case, it would be May to June. So May to June, inventory jumped. The sold to list price went down 10% actually. What that means is price reductions. There have been price reductions on the market. So the sold to list price went down 10.34%. Median days on the market went up 23%, according to this data. And median days is not the same as average. Median is when you take the lowest number and the highest number, divide the two, and that number in the middle is the median price. So it's not necessarily the same as average. Same thing with median sold price. It says that the sold price went down 15.11% from May to June. So just kind of pay attention to the trends. So more inventory, prices are dropping, they're sitting on the market. The inventory that's there is on the market longer, and the median price is down. Again, take that with a grain of salt. So all that's pointing to, again, pushing us towards that buyer's market. This chart is from the Mortgage Bankers Association. This is from today. And what this is telling us is still year over year, we have a 17.17% increase. Oops, sorry. Let me get back here and share the right screen with you. I'm using Bing, and it's driving me a little bonkers because it's definitely not the same or as user friendly as my Google. I keep having to switch. Try to know what the heck I'm doing here. Sorry about that. Okay, here's the chart I was just talking about. Oops. Oh, I don't want to annotate. Worker. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad you took the notes, Gemini. You did that. Thank you. Sorry, golly. Ah, oh, I've got my annotation on it, and I don't know. It must be from here. Stop annotating. That's good to know, though. I actually could use that in the future. Okay, this chart is from the Mortgage Bankers Association. This is from today. So a year-over-year increase in applications, home loan applications, meaning buyers are still out there, they're still wanting to get into the game. However, this week we've had a drop of 2.51%. But again, change from year over year, the applications are up. So that's good news. Good news for sellers and buyers. Okay, well, take two. This thing's got me cuckoo. Thank you. Okay, so here's the local data. Let me go back to this last tab here. The bottom of this data that I track is where you see the month-to-month changes for everything that I'm tracking. This first chart you're going to see is the days on the market. It's days on the market before the property went from active to pending status. And what this tells us is, on every month that I've tracked so far, the most active time frame was 0 to 10 days. And the fact that there's most of the sales for these properties are happening within 1 to 10 or 0 to 10 days, that means that the houses are priced correctly, which is good. That's good news. It means the majority of the sales or the pending in a month are happening within the first 10 days, and that's really good. It's priced within. This is the total number of homes that have gone pending. You can see the changes from month to month. This is June. Took a dip in June, came back up in July, actually. Wait and see what happens in August. This chart represents the types of homes, number of sales in each particular type of residential property. Townhouses are new, but single family home, everybody wants a single family home if they can afford it, right? This chart I like. Well, nothing really has changed on it in quite a while for me, but this green band, these green cells are the price points that have had the most sales in the month. And as you can see, it's pretty consistent at 251,000 to 300. That tells me that that is the sweet spot, if you will, for selling property here. That's where we have the most activity month after month, pretty much. Which one's that? That is June of last year. Interesting. But yeah, this is, and not surprisingly enough, the subdivision that has the most activity and the most sales falls right within that band, right within that price point, and that is Rancho Colorado. Rancho Colorado is a beautiful view, very nice views up at the top of Rancho Colorado. But however, that subdivision is getting ready to close out, I think. I took a drive up there a couple weeks ago. They might have some more lots available, but they've got quite a few homes in there at this point. And it's a century community, so it is price point wise, I call it the bread and butter. It's starter homes for young families, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, maybe some retirees might find it appealing because of the price point. But it is an HOA, and so you have fairly well. Some of the lots are a little bit bigger than others, but it's a more structured environment for sure. So Rancho Colorado and Holiday Shores are by far the two most prevalent areas where people are buying. Palo Verde Place and Playa del Rio, these beautiful, absolutely fantastic subdivisions, but these are just the top three. Not a lot of movement in this area. It's not a lot of sales that go on there. They're building more, but so that tells you what the most popular subdivisions are. Rancho Colorado, or pardon me, Century Communities, they're actually starting 2 new developments. They've already started Coyote Canyon in Fort Mojave, and they're starting a new one, just breaking ground up off the Parkway. I believe it's at Miramonte, Century at Miramonte, something like that. I'll have to research it. But yeah, I will link all of these sheets, as I have been for the past year or so, in the description of my video, my YouTube channel, Big River Living. If you want to look at the actual properties and where I'm pulling this data, you just, oops, where's my link? There you are. Click on that link and you can actually see the properties that are being referenced to within the chart.